All right, today we are cracking open what is basically a 3,000-year-old masterclass in life strategy, Proverbs chapter 16. And it's surprisingly modern, a real deep dive into planning, purpose, and what true power is all about.
So, you know that feeling, right? You've got the spreadsheet, the timeline, every single tiny detail is perfectly mapped out. You've thought of every possible problem. It's just flawless.
And then, well, life happens. Just one unexpected thing and the whole plan goes right out the window. That exact tension, that gap between our best laid plans and the sheer unpredictability of reality, that is exactly what Proverbs 16 gets right into.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with this idea of a divine blueprint. Then we'll look inward at our inner compass. After that, we'll talk about the path to success, the incredible power of words, and finally, what it takes to be a rightful ruler.
So, section 1. This gets right to the heart of it all, that relationship between our own plans and, well, a higher power that seems to have the final say. This one verse, it's pretty much the heartbeat of the whole chapter. It sets up this core tension that, let's be honest, runs through all of our lives. We're the architects, we're the dreamers, we make the plans. But where our feet actually end up, that's ultimately decided by something way beyond our control. And what's really crucial here is this kind of division of labor. On our side, we do the work. We prepare, we plan, we even cast lots, which is basically the ancient way of rolling the dice and just hoping for the best. But on the other side, the text is crystal clear about who has the final authority. It's the Lord who gives the final answer, who weighs the real motives behind our plans, and who decides the outcome. So, if the final outcome is out of our hands, what are we supposed to focus on? Well, the text tells us to look inward, to our character, our inner compass.
And this comparison really shows you the stakes. Pride isn't just some small character flaw here. No, it's called detestable and a one-way ticket to destruction. Humility, on the other hand, is framed as the much smarter path, even if it means ending up with less stuff than the proud. It's a total flip of what we usually think of as valuable.
Now, this is a fascinating comparison. Think about it. Back then, a mighty warrior was the ultimate symbol of power and strength. But this proverb just turns that whole idea on its head. It says true strength isn't about conquering cities, it's about conquering yourself. Mastering your own anger is a way bigger deal.
Okay, so if humility and self-control are the keys, how do we actually turn that into success in the real world? This next part lays out a surprisingly practical guide.
The text is super blunt about this. It asks, how much better to acquire wisdom than gold? I mean, this chart says it all, right? Our society often chases what's on the right, the gold. But this ancient wisdom is screaming that what's on the left, wisdom, is way, way more valuable. It's not even close. Now, there's this phrase that's absolutely key to understanding all of this, the fear of the Lord. And it doesn't mean being scared. It's more about having this deep respect, this profound reverence for the Lord that actually motivates you, that pushes you to turn away from doing wrong. So, here's the 3-step plan for your plans. Step 1, commit your work to the Lord. Step 2, use that sense of reverence we just talked about to actively avoid what's harmful. And step 3, trust the Lord. That, according to Proverbs, is the real blueprint for success. All right, let's shift gears a little. How does all this inner character stuff, our wisdom or a lack of it, actually get out into the world? Well, the main way is through our words. I mean, the imagery here is just so powerful. On one hand, you've got good, pleasant words that are like a honeycomb, sweet, nourishing, even healing. But on the other hand, harmful speech is like a scorching fire. It doesn't just burn you, it spreads and divides people. This verse is just too beautiful not to pull out on its own. It's saying our words aren't just sounds. They can have a real physical effect on people, bringing healing right down to their bones. It's an incredible thought. For our last section, let's zoom out from our personal lives to society as a whole. All these same principles, wisdom, justice, character, They all get applied to the most powerful person around, the king, or what we'd call a leader today. So, what makes a good leader, according to this ancient playbook? Well, it all starts with justice and righteousness. That's the foundation. A good ruler loves honest speech, surrounds themselves with people who tell the truth, and is willing to listen to wise advice that can calm them down when they're angry.
And this table shows you that the stakes are just incredibly high. A leader's mood is not a private thing. It literally has life or death consequences. The king's anger is called a messenger of death, but their approval, a bright face, brings life, like a welcome rain in the springtime.
And as we wrap up, we get this really sobering warning. It's the perfect final reminder about the danger of only trusting our own judgment, our own perfect plans. Because without wisdom, without humility, the path that looks so right can actually lead to total disaster.
Which brings us full circle, right back to the beginning. This isn't just some old saying, it's the essential question we all have to grapple with. Our hearts plan the course, sure, but the real challenge is figuring out how to align those plans with the Lord. That's truly determining our steps.